I love my husband, but I'm falling for someone else. TLDR, I went on a dating app to catch my chronic cheating husband and confront him. Instead, I found an old classmate that I've started to fall for. I'll preface this by saying I really do love my husband, and me falling for someone else was never intended. I, 19F, got married to my husband, 20M, Liam, earlier this year. He's my longest relationship and has always mostly made me happy. Here's the issue: he's a chronic cheater. It started when I glanced at his phone one day and noticed he was texting his ex. So I did what any other girl would do, and I looked through his phone to find that he wasn't just talking to her, but other females as well. Of course this crushed me, and I confronted him a few days later, to which he blocked them all in front of me. Ever since then I would check his phone randomly, sometimes finding the messages with codes to access online dating apps, and eventually figuring out he also has a child. I don't have a problem with this, other than he didn't tell me and thought he could hide it. The mother has made it aware she doesn't want me to be involved with anything, which I understand, but I would like to be notified when our financial situation is being affected so I can make adjustments. I make more money, so usually bills and budgeting is done by me, but I can't even get that. Recently, I looked through his phone again to find the online dating app codes again, so I finally decided to download the same ones and confront him with hard evidence. The one time I mentioned them, he tried to tell me he logged back in to delete the accounts after being together for almost a year. While I was searching through the apps looking for his profile, my profile blew up. Among them, one caught my eye, a classmate from when I was in high school that I thought had left the town. Not thinking, I swiped back on him, and since then we've been talking. Not talking like we're trying to date, but catching up since it had been a few years. He's a really sweet, gentle guy, and last night he admitted that he's really started to take an interest to me, and if I'm being honest, the feelings reciprocate. But I love my husband. And I feel so many things wrong for possibly asking for divorce. List includes, but not limited to, we haven't been married for a year yet our families adore us with each other, and have given such extravagant wedding gifts for the both of us that I would feel bad telling them they essentially wasted money, and I just don't want to be a stereotype. More recently, I think I've come more to terms with cheaters are likely to stay cheaters, and no matter how loved he makes me feel, he obviously still needs more than what I give. I'm starting to get tired of repeating how I feel only to see the same things happening. I'm torn. I want to say I deserve better, but I probably don't. I started to talk to someone and fell for them. I'm just as bad as him, I feel, at this point. But I'm just tired of trying now. Edit. Just to clarify, I have not spoken to said classmate since he made the confession. I told him I appreciate his honesty, but I need to step back before I make any big decisions, while not in the mindset to be making any decisions. 19 and 20 is so young. Do you really want to spend the rest of your life with someone that dishonest? I don't. I really wish I knew he was lying before we got married. He seemed to be better about covering his trails then. Yeah, so don't cheat. If he does, and he catches you, he can spin it around in court. I recommend you to just part and start your relationship if you do want to. Trust me, I don't intend to cheat. I don't get how people can live with the feelings. It would eat me alive every day. Leave him, tell your family he cheated, and they will all understand why you left. Tell them you will return the wedding gifts they bought you if they want. Most will say keep it, we're just glad you didn't stay with him. That's what's happened to me with my first marriage that barely lasted a year. You're already emotionally cheating. Yeah, this too. Personally, I hate all forms of cheating, but I pride myself on being neutral in and fair in things that don't involve me, and I feel like it wouldn't be fair considering what her, hopefully, STBXH has done, but yeah, she is still technically cheating. Talk to your parents about it. I am sure they will freak out that he has a hidden son and multiple affairs. First sort your life and then build a new future centered around your own needs and wishes. You're not his servant. Divorce him now. The longer you wait, the more alimony you'll have to pay since you make more than him. My longest relationship. Girl, you're 19. Get out. Yes, like OP practically doesn't know what an adult relationship is. And she's so young she might as well just consider it a teen breakup rather than a divorce. As far as divorce goes, the younger the better. Leave now, and this will be nothing more than a remember when I was married for 2 seconds LOL story. By an old classmate, you mean literally last year's classmate? Why do people get married so young? Why did you guys get married? I hate reading these threads where people are like 17 to 21. Even worse if they mention they're married. The answer is always, you should have dumped them earlier and definitely not been married. Leave/divorce ASAP and go mature. You already are a stereotype. Embrace it. Learn from it. Don't do it again. If they're cheating or cheated, it's not love, not even close. Agree. Well, you often hear success stories about those marriages too. File divorce and get out of the marriage. Then you are free to date anyone you want. But don't cheat ever. Trust me, I don't intend to cheat. I've held off talking to my old classmates since last night's confession until I can figure out if what I feel is real or a result of the constant cheating. Either way, I feel it's definitely headed to divorce. Good to hear. Nothing personal. But your language here is Susie. I don't intend to cheat reads like someone laying the groundwork to later say I didn't intend to cheat, it just happened. In a very similar scenario, a husband/wife, BF/GF, or similar may very well claim that they only intended to go out with their friends, have a couple drinks, listen to some music, and have fun. Setting aside what happened, which was the fact that they went out, got blackout drunk, didn't know what they were doing, and ended up nude in someone else's bed, someone whose name they don't even know. Your intentions have no bearing on what you end up doing. Nobody cares if you didn't intend for X to happen. If X happened, you did X. When I said I don't intend to cheat, I meant I don't intend to engage in conversations with classmate anymore, as to not risk being accused of cheating that way. BC, I'm not a cheater, though I see why you may see it that way. But I meant that I don't plan on getting myself involved in something that can come back at me later or make me just as bad. Except you've caught feelings, you said. Just remember that might just be in a desperate way to replace the love he doesn't give you, but cheating isn't the answer. Once the initial crush period is over, you'll find yourself in the middle of a big mess and a wrecked marriage, for sure. Sounds personal, lol. At best, OP chatted with her old classmate too intimately. At worst, she had an online emotional affair. OP is far from waking up nude with an ex-classmate while still married, especially as someone who stayed loyal to a man who had no loyalty virtually their whole relationship. Looks like you married too young. You're both immature. This is a train wreck. Stop the train, just get off before you get pregnant by your husband or affair partner.